So Chase, just offensive line, you're working with some new pieces here and there. I mean, how have you assessed where you guys have been through the first two games?
We've definitely shifted things around. I think we're still really trying to still figure everything out. We're really coming a long way. We're getting young guys a lot of playing time. Uh, and I would say that we're really just trusting the process. We're trying to get the best five out there, and I think that we're in the middle of that. And we're still sorting through some stuff, but really coming in strong and just trying to get the best offensive line that we can get.
Next, we'll go to Sean Manning.
And Chase, you just mentioned the juggling you guys are doing right now, but you personally, you're moving center, guard. Do you like that, or would you prefer to stick to one spot?
To be honest with you, I'm perfectly fine moving anywhere. Anything that can help the team out, anything that can get other guys more reps to get the best five out there possible. I'm willing to do anything with that, and I think that we're sticking with that process right now. And I'm perfectly fine playing anywhere, whether that be center, guard, tackle, anything.
Okay, Cody, you're next.
Hey Chase, I was just wondering, what's your impressions of Zach Frazier been so far?
I think that he's a very hardworking kid. I think he's still got some ways to go, some things to learn. And I'm doing my best personally to help try and lead him through that process, help him try and be the best player that he could possibly be right now. And I just think he's an outstanding player. He's going to be very good here. He's going to have a good career. And we're just really trying to get him to be a key part of this offense right now.
We'll go to Kevin Kinder.
Chase, is there anything more frustrating from an offensive standpoint than to move the ball and not get points, not score touchdowns from it? And in the fourth quarter, after you had to settle for those two field goals, what was the mood, the vibe like on the sideline, the offensive line, and the guys when you got together looking at hopefully one more possession?
I would say just the outcome of that game really wasn't what we wanted it to be. I mean, I think that's pretty obvious, but I would say emotions on the sidelines, I try my best. I know all of us try our best, along with Coach Moore, to really keep a stable mindset when we're over there. We're always thinking, hey, we're going to get another drive. We're going to get another drive. We never lose hope in any of it. And I think that's very good to have in an offensive line because a lot of times if we start to break or we have doubts, then the offense isn't going to do anything. But, I mean, at least we got some points on the board with the 3. It's not as good as 7, but our main goal is just to go out there and get as many points as we can.
Go ahead, Greg.
So Chase, let's go back a little bit. What gets a St. Louis kid to West Virginia? And after 5 years, are you more West Virginia than you are St. Louis?
Well, I definitely have a big chunk of myself that I can say is West Virginia now. Getting myself out here, I just loved everything that this program instilled. I love the mindset. I love the hardworking atmosphere. I love this town. I love this state. I don't know if it could ever take away from home. It's definitely my second home. I can say that. I love this place with every bit of me. And coming out here, I didn't know what to expect. But I can definitely say that 5 years has proven me that I made the best choice possible because I love this place.
Go ahead, Cody.
Hey Chase, I just wanted to ask. It seems like every team in the league now has at least one really, really good linebacker. And how do you prepare basically to play against these elite level linebackers?
I mean, you got to approach every one of them differently. There's a lot of guys that, I mean, half of the linebackers can be great at the pass rush and not be so strong on run, and vice versa. I think that with a lot of film study and really getting our scout team to give us a good look with that really prepares us for it. I mean, our practices are set up to be to where the game can be a little bit lighter for us actually, and that we practice pretty hard throughout the week. And when you have constant contact and someone giving you a really good look, it really helps you out in those games.
Back to you, Greg.
The shoulder injury you suffered last year, how difficult was that to play through? Does it still bother you any now? How's it been?
I'd say the whole process is great. Vince and the treatment staff really got me back to feeling healthy, even with the coronavirus and all that stuff going on. They gave me a lot of stuff to work on at home. I feel pretty stable on it. I haven't had any problems with it. I still feel really strong. I actually feel stronger right now than I've ever felt in my 5 years here. So I'd say that shoulder injury is a thing of the past.
Okay, we'll go to Mike Kazaza.
Greg took my thunder, but I'm going to keep going there. You played several games last year at less than 100%, and that's kind of an upper body position, right? So you must have been doing things right, or maybe learn to compensate, and that may help you become an overall better offensive lineman. And there were games you had no missed assignments and no sacks allowed too. Did you learn more about, I don't know, fundamental stuff, footwork, technique, just to compensate for that? And then secondly, Letty Brown makes you all look pretty good sometimes with breaking tackles and making people miss. You guys can get him into space, but sometimes he can turn nothing into something. As a lineman, what is it like to see that happening this year?
With the first question, I actually played every game with it torn. I tore it in camp last year, and I would say that it really helped me kind of figure out how you can work the offensive line position, being able to kind of play with, I guess not all your extremities. When something's not 100%, you have to overcompensate with some stuff. Definitely work on leverage, work on body position. And really, once you lose some of your strength, you got to figure out ways to use your footwork and use your technique to overpower a lot of the strong line or D linemen that we have in this league. And then with the second question, I would say, watching is spectacular. We've definitely been behind some good running backs on this team with my career so far. And Letty's doing it stronger than I've seen, honestly, in my career here. I think he's one of the strongest running backs that we've had, maybe that we've seen in the Big 12 in a little bit. And to have someone that that every run you're getting back to at least the line of scrimmage really helps you out as an O-line, gives everyone a lot of confidence in the offense as well. I would say just seeing him power through, there's times where he's stiff-arming guys twice his size and still running for a 5 to 10 yard gain, and that's all you can ask for out of your running back. Very impressive.
Go ahead, John.
Last one here from me, Chase. What was the most disappointing thing from last Saturday's game? I'm sure you went in with a good plan. Basically the same result you had last year against these guys. What was disappointing to you?
I would say just the disappointing part was not getting redemption. There's always winning and losing, and it's hard. It's really hard to win, and we just couldn't pull through. And that was, I think, the most difficult part because we trained really hard for 2 weeks. We just couldn't answer.
Next question is from Ryan Pritt.
Hey, Chase, Jarrett took a little bit of a beating there Saturday. He took his fair share of shots, and in the postgame, Neal kind of praised his toughness. And, I just kind of was curious as a lineman, when you see your quarterback get up again and again and keep playing for you guys, how much does that inspire you to kind of keep playing for him? And as a fifth-year senior, where do you kind of evaluate his leadership skills right now?
He's definitely a key leader on our offense. He keeps the guys going for sure. He stays on us pretty strong, whether it's at running back, O-line, receivers, tight ends. He keeps a good grasp on everyone. Honestly, it's disgusting having to turn around and see him on the ground, but the fact that he can get up time and time again and still come back with the same composure, still compete the same, maybe even compete harder at times. It's amazing to watch. That he's a very good quarterback, and he's got a strong mentality, that's for sure.
Go ahead, Cody.
So going back to Letty real quick, a couple of weeks ago he told us that his main goal in the offseason was to improve his relationship with the O-line. And so just from your perspective, how important is the relationship between the offensive line and running backs?
To be honest with you, when it comes to an offense, I think that's probably one of the strongest relationships there is. Sometimes, I'm speaking from experience, sometimes we haven't been the closest group, and it really shows out on the field. And I can definitely speak to that, even with us not being here with quarantine and all that. We all kept a very strong relationship. Every running back, whether it's the fifth string or the starter, all of us are really close. All joke around in the locker room, team room, meeting room. But when it's time to get serious and it's time to work, we definitely get our minds right and get ready to do that.
Go ahead, Skyler.
Hey, Chase, I think Neal said the total number of negative plays was like 16. Just from your eyes, what was it that Oklahoma State did, or just from your perspective, that you guys need to do to kind of eliminate some of those plays from happening?
It all starts with, from my perspective, what it looked like, it was that we just couldn't get on the right page, whether it was four guys doing their job and one guy not executing on a play. That seemed to be like the big drive or the drive stopper or play stopper. I think that we just need to pull on the reins a little bit. We need to assess what we're all doing, and we really need to focus this next week on communicating and working hard and pushing each other to have the best outcome that we can possibly have.
Okay, Greg?
Chase, was it odd to look across the field and see Josh Sills over there? And did you communicate at all with him last week?
Honestly, it was a little different. I mean, he's been one of my closest friends since I got here. I have no bad blood against him. I love the kid. He's a great ball player. But I didn't really speak to him that much. I told him after the game, told him good luck this season. I loved him. That keep his head up and keep grinding. Have a great season.